The New England Patriots have just made a move that could reshape the entire defensive landscape. A move that might fly under the radar for some, but signals a shift in how this team is thinking about their secondary and, specifically, the safety position. Now, this isn't about shaking up the offensive line or adding another wide receiver to the mix, which are often the flashier headlines in the NFL offseason. No, this is a move rooted deep in the defensive backfield, and it revolves around a rookie named Craig Woodson. You might have heard some chatter about this guy already, a fourth-round pick out of the University of California who has been drawing a lot of positive attention since the draft. He's been highlighted as a playmaker who fits perfectly in Mike Vrabel's defensive scheme, which relies on aggression, versatility, and toughness from its safeties. Woodson is the kind of player who plays with a chip on his shoulder, the kind of guy who dives into every tackle and doesn't hesitate to make plays all over the field. His style aligns well with what Vrabel and defensive coordinator Terrell Williams want to see, a safety who can roam freely, supporting coverage, come up and hit, and switch roles seamlessly depending on what the offense throws at them. Months ago, when Woodson was drafted, I made a point of saying this was a player to watch, not just for his raw talent, but for how well he could mold into this defense. Now, those early projections seem to be unfolding right before our eyes. What really got the conversation buzzing was a recent practice where the Patriots rolled out a nickel defense with 3 safeties on the field, a setup that had Woodson alongside established players like Hawkins and Peppers. In that grouping, Duggar, whom many thought was firmly cemented as the starter at safety, found himself the odd man out. That was a telling moment, a glimpse into a potential shift in the pecking order. Then, as the days went by, the pattern became clearer. On Sunday, Woodson was getting reps with the first team while Duggar worked with the second team. Coaches rarely shuffle players like this without a reason, so naturally, questions started flooding in. Is Woodson being groomed to take over? Is Duggar on the way out? Is this a sign that the Patriots are ready to move on from a guy they invested so much money in? Now, let's pause and think about Duggar's situation for a second. He signed a pretty hefty contract not too long ago, 4 years, $58 million, with over $32 million guaranteed. Those numbers aren't just casually thrown around in the NFL. They're massive commitments from a franchise that's usually careful with its salary cap. That level of guaranteed money means the Patriots are locked in with him, at least financially, for this season. If they decided to cut Duggar today, they would still owe him a significant chunk, something like $9.75 million, just because of the guaranteed portion of his contract. That kind of money creates a serious hurdle for any team thinking about moving on quickly. It's not like they can just waive him and move on without financial consequences. So, from a cap perspective, cutting Duggar doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now. The only savings would come from bonuses tied to workouts or roster spots, and those savings are minimal, maybe around $1 million or so. Not exactly a game changer for a team with as much money in play as the Patriots have tied up in Duggar. This financial reality probably explains why, even though Woodson is taking first-team reps, the team isn't rushing to make drastic moves just yet. Duggar's contract and his history with the team give him a safety net, at least for now. But that doesn't mean Duggar's spot is completely secure. The NFL is a business, and performance and potential are what ultimately dictate playing time. Duggar has battled injuries in the past, which can always put a player on thin ice, especially when a promising rookie is pushing hard to prove he deserves the starting role. If Woodson continues to impress the coaches with his playmaking ability and versatility, it's easy to imagine a scenario where he starts earning more and more snaps, gradually taking over the role. That could force the Patriots to make some tough decisions down the road. There's also the possibility of a trade, which might be the middle ground between keeping Duggar on the roster and cutting him outright. If the Patriots feel that Woodson is ready to be their number 1 safety and Duggar no longer fits the future plans, they might try to find a partner willing to take Duggar off their hands, recoup some value, and give Duggar a fresh start somewhere else. Trades like that happen more often than people think in the NFL, especially when a player is talented but no longer fits the scheme or team philosophy. What makes this whole situation even more intriguing is the contrast in how the Patriots got these 2 players. Mike Vrabel and the Patriots organization drafted Woodson, So naturally, they're going to have a closer eye on his development and possibly a bit more patience and bias toward him. Duggar, on the other hand, was brought in before Vrabel's era, and while he's been a solid contributor, he hasn't necessarily been a perfect fit in this newer system. That dynamic alone sets the stage for a natural competition between the young rookie and the established veteran. Looking at the bigger picture, the Patriots appear to be building their secondary around some fresh, young talent. Alongside Woodson, there's Christian Gonzalez, a promising young cornerback who has also been stepping up. Meanwhile, veterans like Carlton Davis and Jabril Peppers bring experience and leadership to balance out the youth. This blend of youth and experience could be the foundation of a defense that not only stops opponents, but creates turnovers and big plays. Exactly what Vrabel wants. Even if Duggar manages to hold on to a starting job, it doesn't mean Woodson won't see plenty of playing time. The NFL is all about matchups and personnel packages, and a versatile safety like Woodson can be deployed in various ways to create confusion and pressure on offenses. This competition for snaps could ultimately make the defense better overall, pushing both players to elevate their games. But right now, it's clear that Woodson is making a strong case to be the starter. Seeing a rookie get consistent first-team reps so early in his career tells you everything you need to know about the confidence the coaching staff has in him. That kind of trust doesn't come overnight, and it speaks volumes about his talent and how quickly he's adapting to the pro game. The question everyone is asking now is, what happens next with Kyle Duggar? Will the Patriots stick with the veteran because of his contract and experience? Will they start easing him out and fully embrace the rookie? Or will there be a surprising twist, like a trade? It's too early to have all the answers, especially with the regular season still a little ways off and plenty of time for things to evolve. But from where we're standing, the momentum seems to be swinging toward Woodson getting that starting nod. This situation perfectly captures the nature of NFL competition. Contracts, talent, potential, coaching preferences, and even financial realities all intertwine to create scenarios that keep fans guessing every step of the way. For the Patriots, it looks like this safety battle will be one of the most fascinating storylines to watch as the preseason progresses. The way this unfolds could shape their defensive identity for years to come. While the spotlight often shines on defensive changes, the Patriots have quietly been making moves up front that could equally impact the team's trajectory this season. The offensive line, a unit that has long been a point of focus and sometimes frustration for New England, is undergoing subtle but important shifts that hint at what the coaching staff envisions going forward. One name that keeps popping up in these discussions is Cole Strange. Drafted in the first round back in 2022, at 29th overall, Strange was highly touted coming out of the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. His raw physicality and technique earned him a big investment from the Patriots, including a contract that guaranteed him just over $12 million this year alone. That kind of financial commitment tells you the team had high hopes he would develop into a cornerstone on the offensive front. But football is a relentless proving ground, and so far Strange has faced a tough path to secure a clear starting spot. His development has been steady, but hasn't quite reached the level the Patriots were dreaming of when they spent a first-round pick on him. And now, as we get deeper into training camp and preseason, it appears the Patriots might be shifting their depth chart in ways that don't necessarily guarantee Strange a starting role. Jared Wilson, for instance, has been taking first-team reps at left guard, which signals the coach's trust in his ability to step in and deliver in that spot. Meanwhile, at center, the competition is heating up with players like Michael Bradbury and Ben Brown battling for the nod, with Strange also in the mix, but no longer a lock to start. This situation opens up a lot of questions about the future of Strange with the Patriots. Cutting a former first-round pick is never an easy decision for any NFL team, especially one with a reputation and high standards like New England. But from a financial standpoint, it wouldn't be a disaster if they decided to part ways. Strange's cap hit isn't astronomical, and releasing him now wouldn't cripple the team's salary cap flexibility. So, while it's not necessarily expected, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Depth on the offensive line remains crucial, Injuries are a constant threat in the trenches, so the Patriots might keep Strange around just to maintain that depth. But don't count on him being a starter if the current trends continue. It's fascinating to see how quickly the contracts and player values evolve in the NFL. When you compare Strange's contract to that of someone like Cole Henderson, who was an early second-round pick not too long ago and is guaranteed around $11 million over 4 years, it's striking how close those numbers are. It shows how inflated rookie contracts have become and how teams have to balance investing in young talent while managing their overall financial picture carefully. For the Patriots, this means every move is calculated not just on talent, but on how it fits into their long-term strategy and cap management. Switching gears from the trenches to the quarterback room, there's another layer to this evolving Patriots story: the leadership expectations placed on Mac Jones as he heads into his second year. The young quarterback has been under a microscope since he was drafted, and his progress is critical to the team's success. Mike Vrabel recently shared some insightful comments about what he expects from Jones, highlighting that entering year 2, the clear mandate is for Mac to step up as the unquestioned leader of this football team. Leadership in the NFL is about more than just stats and highlights. It's about setting a tone every single day, being consistent, and holding everyone accountable. Vrabel pointed out that the head coach and the quarterback share the responsibility of steering the team, and that leadership is not something you can take days off from. Even when your performance isn't spectacular, your demeanor and commitment have to remain strong and steady. It's about embodying the competitive spirit, demanding excellence, and making sure everyone is on the same page, both on and off the field. It's encouraging to hear that Mac Jones is embracing this challenge. Vrabel's remarks suggest that Jones is learning fast, pushing himself to grow into that leadership role and understanding that his influence goes beyond just throwing passes. There's a clear expectation that he will command the locker room, inspire his teammates, and carry the team through thick and thin. This is the kind of accountability and focus that can turn a promising young quarterback into a franchise cornerstone. What makes this dynamic even more interesting is how upfront and direct Vrabel is about these expectations. He doesn't sugarcoat anything, which is exactly what you want from a head coach. You want someone who looks players in the eye, tells them what they need to hear, and holds them to a high standard. For Jones, this means there's no room for complacency. Every day is an opportunity to prove that he belongs as the leader of this team. And for the Patriots, having a coach who demands that kind of commitment is essential for the culture they want to build. There's something powerful in the way Vrabel describes this leadership role, especially coming from a coach with his background, a former linebacker known for his toughness and competitiveness. It sets a tone that leadership is not just about being vocal or popular, but about consistency, work ethic, and holding everyone accountable, including yourself. This message is important not just for Mac Jones, but for the entire roster as it filters down through the team and shapes their identity. The stage is set for a season full of challenges and opportunities. The decisions made in the coming weeks won't just impact the starting lineup. They will define the identity and future direction of this team. For fans and analysts alike, this makes the Patriots one of the most intriguing teams to watch this year, as they blend experience and youth under a coaching staff with clear vision and high expectations. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Rumors have been swirling across the NFL landscape, igniting passionate debates among fans and analysts alike, and the latest bombshell centers around a major trade involving two storied franchises. Sources close to team insiders suggest that Quinnen Williams, the formidable defensive tackle who has made a name for himself with his disruptive presence on the line of scrimmage, is on the move from the New York Jets to the New England Patriots. While official confirmations have just started trickling in, the mere possibility of Williams donning the Patriots' famous navy blue and silver jersey is already setting off waves of excitement and speculation. The Patriots, known for their strategic maneuvers and emphasis on defensive prowess, could be positioning themselves to dramatically bolster their defensive front, potentially altering the balance of power within the AFC East division. Though the details remain somewhat under wraps, the trade talks appear to have progressed swiftly, hinting that the Patriots front office is fully committed to reshaping their defensive core. With Williams' ability to penetrate offensive lines and disrupt quarterbacks, his addition could address one of the Patriots' most pressing needs and inject new energy into a team hungry to reclaim dominance in a fiercely competitive conference. The atmosphere around Gillette Stadium is electric, as fans eagerly await how this potential acquisition will reshape their team's identity and performance moving forward. Speculation abounds regarding what this trade means not just for the Patriots, but also for the Jets, a team that has struggled to find consistent success in recent seasons. Quinnen Williams, once considered a cornerstone of the Jets' defense, might be viewed as a valuable trade asset to accelerate a rebuilding process or retool other areas of their roster. The Jets' management has remained tight-lipped on the full details, fueling even more conjecture about the motivations behind this deal. Industry insiders have hinted that the Jets might receive valuable draft capital or promising young talent in return, but concrete details are scarce, leaving fans on both sides of the trade hungry for more information. This move could signify a shift in the Jets' long-term strategy, possibly prioritizing flexibility and future assets over retaining star power in the short term. For the Patriots, acquiring Williams could be a strategic masterstroke if he lives up to his potential in New England's defensive scheme. Analysts are already dissecting how the Patriots might deploy Williams alongside their existing defensive linemen, and how his unique skill set could impact their ability to pressure opposing quarterbacks and stifle running games. The potential ripple effects throughout the AFC East are enormous, and every NFL follower is keenly watching to see how this trade unfolds in the coming weeks. Among the numerous angles fueling speculation about Quinnen Williams' transition to the Patriots, one of the most intriguing is how this addition could influence the team's defensive philosophy under head coach Bill Belichick. Known for his adaptive strategies and ability to maximize player strengths, Belichick's system could provide Williams with the ideal environment to excel and reach new heights in his career. Fans and pundits alike are buzzing with conjecture about how Williams' explosive pass-rushing ability and stout run defense might synergize with the Patriots' existing defensive lineup, possibly leading to a more aggressive and disruptive front. The whispers suggest that Williams could be the missing piece in a puzzle that the Patriots have been trying to solve for several seasons, establishing a dominant defensive presence capable of turning games around through sheer pressure and disruption. Meanwhile, questions linger about how quickly Williams will adapt to the Patriots' complex defensive schemes and whether he will maintain the consistency that made him a standout with the Jets. There's also much speculation about the locker room dynamics and how Williams will fit within a team culture known for discipline and high expectations. As this story develops, the anticipation around how this trade could impact the Patriots' defensive identity continues to grow, adding another layer of excitement to an already thrilling NFL offseason. The ripple effect of Quinnen Williams potentially joining the Patriots extends far beyond just the field, raising numerous questions about salary cap implications, contract negotiations, and roster moves that the team might undertake to accommodate such a significant acquisition. Industry insiders have been buzzing with rumors about how the Patriots front office might restructure existing contracts or release certain players to create the necessary financial space for Williams. Given the tight salary cap situation many teams face, acquiring a player of Williams' caliber is no small feat, suggesting that the Patriots are willing to make bold moves and sacrifices to strengthen their defensive core. There's also speculation about whether this trade signals a broader commitment to an aggressive roster overhaul, with other potential player acquisitions or departures expected in the near future. Fans are eagerly discussing how this transaction might affect the Patriots' draft strategy, free agency plans, and even the development of younger players within the defensive unit. The complexity of these financial and roster management decisions adds another fascinating dimension to the trade rumors, revealing the intricate balancing act NFL teams must perform behind the scenes to build championship-caliber squads. This financial maneuvering and strategic planning are just as crucial to the Patriots' success as the on-field performance of players like Williams, keeping fans and analysts riveted as every piece of information surfaces. Finally, the broader implications of Quinnen Williams' possible arrival in New England have sparked intense discussions about the Patriots' prospect for the upcoming NFL season and their ability to compete at the highest level in a challenging AFC East division. The Patriots, who have been striving to return to their former glory after recent years of transition, could see Williams as a cornerstone in their quest for dominance. The rumors surrounding this trade have fueled debates about how his presence could elevate the entire defense, creating more opportunities for turnovers, sacks, and defensive stops that could translate into more wins. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.